Zanu PF is once again in turmoil, with a succession crisis threatening to split the party. For decades, only those with Liberation War credentials were seen as fit to lead. Now, a new contender emerges. Kuda Tagwireyi, a business magnate whose influence has long shaped Zimbabwe's economy from the shadows. Tagwireyi, once the silent kingmaker, is stepping into the political spotlight, upending the old order. His move is seismic. Economic power is now challenging the party's revolutionary legacy. Vice President Chiwenga, long presumed heir, finds his path to the top suddenly uncertain. The rise of a businessman with no liberation history pits the old guard against a new wealthy elite. This is more than a power struggle, it's a battle for Zanu PF's soul and Zimbabwe's future. Will leadership be won by war credentials or by wealth and political maneuvering? As the nation watches, the chessboard is set and every player is fighting for survival. Tagwireyi's ascent was no accident. Through Secunda Holdings he secured lucrative state contracts, becoming indispensable to the ruling party. His financial resources made him a parallel treasury for Zanu PF, funding projects and campaigns when the state could not. Tagwireyi's influence grew quietly, protected by complex corporate structures and offshore entities. He became the go-to fixer, ensuring his interests and those of the political elite were intertwined. While Zimbabwe's economy faltered, his empire thrived, making him a central figure in the Second Republic's economic strategy. For years, he operated in the shadows, building alliances and funding factions. This careful groundwork set the stage for his inevitable entry into formal politics. Tagwireyi's co-option into the Zanu PF Central Committee in the end of March 2025 was a bold, calculated move. No longer content as a behind-the-scenes power broker, he demanded a seat at the main table. His entry challenged the party's tradition. He brought capital, not combat experience. The old guard saw this as a monetization of their revolutionary legacy. Now, Tagwireyi has a formal platform to build alliances and influence policy. He's not just a businessman with political ties, he's a politician with vast resources. This fusion of economic and political power makes him a formidable force. A seat on the Central Committee offers him protection and legitimacy. Tagwireyi has transformed from a vulnerable outsider to a fortified insider ready for the next level. Tagwireyi's political base is Masvingo Province, the heartland of President Mnangagwa'S Karanga people. By anchoring himself here, he signals loyalty and borrows the president's political capital. Masvingo is a Zanu PF stronghold, giving Tagwireyi a solid foundation for his ambitions. He's building grassroots networks and dispensing patronage, outmatching local power brokers. His financial muscle disrupts the old provincial order, creating tension with established leaders. Tagwireyi is turning Masvingo into his personal launchpad for national influence. He's bypassing traditional pathways, using resources to win loyalty and reshape the party's power map. Masvingo is just the first piece he's captured on the Zanu PF chessboard. Rumors swirl that Tagwireyi is not the endgame but a bridge for President Mnangagwa'S son, Sean. The theory: Tagwireyi stabilizes the party, blocks Chiwenga, and prepares Sean for future leadership. Sean, still lacking gravitas, is being groomed for the top job. Tagwireyi's loyalty and resources could secure the Mnangagwa dynasty. This plan, if true, is controversial. Many see it as a betrayal of Zanu PF's revolutionary ethos. War veterans and traditionalists reject the idea of a dynastic succession led by a businessman. Whether real or imagined, this theory deepens party divisions and fuels the coming power struggle. Tagwireyi's rise has infuriated Zanu PF's Liberation War veterans. For them, leadership must be earned through sacrifice, not bought with wealth. They see Tagwireyi as an outsider, threatening the party's revolutionary identity. The clash is existential. War veterans hold moral legitimacy, while Tagwireyi wields financial power. Allowing a businessman to leapfrog seasoned cadres is seen as betrayal. This divide is creating a dangerous schism. Guns and history versus gold and influence. The outcome will define what Zanu PF values most. No one is more threatened by Tagwireyi's rise than Vice President Chiwenga. Once the kingmaker, Chiwenga now finds his influence waning as Tagwireyi consolidates power. The military and war veteran base remains strong, but is being undermined by Tagwireyi's patronage network. Chiwenga is trapped, unable to challenge openly yet sidelined by the new order. His docility and lack of political charismatic have further weakened his position. The Tagwireyi bridge theory signals Chiwenga's exclusion from succession plans. He faces a stark choice: accept a ceremonial role or risk everything in a final power play. His silence may be weakness, Or the calm before a storm, the old soldier may yet have one last move. All eyes are on the 2026 Zanu PF elective Congress, the decisive battlefield for the party's future. The Mnangagwa-Tagwireyi axis faces off against the Chiwenga War veteran camp. The outcome will determine if Zanu PF remains led by liberation figures or pivots to economic power. A Tagwireyi victory would mark a permanent shift to a new elite built on state-linked capital. Control of provincial structures is key, with Mnangagwa as Tagwireyi's stronghold. Expect fierce proxy wars in the lead-up as both factions fight for dominance. The Congress will force Zanu PF to confront its contradictions, revolutionary past versus capitalist future. The party could unify or split with national consequences. Zimbabwe's fate hangs on the outcome. As Tagwireyi steps into the spotlight, the question remains, is he the chosen one or just a pawn? His wealth and strategy make him a formidable contender, but his lack of liberation credentials is a glaring weakness. Opponents frame him as a corporate usurper, lacking true legitimacy. There's also the possibility he's being used by Mnangagwa to weaken rivals, only to be discarded later. The coming months will reveal if Tagwireyi can turn financial power into genuine political support. Will Chiwenga mount a comeback, or is the old guard finished? The future of Zanu PF and Zimbabwe hangs in the balance. Tagwireyi has rolled the dice. Now the nation waits to see where they land.